The views, comments, and opinions of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios, MorrisMediaLive.com, or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
I'm sorry. We were looking at our new intro.
That's nice.
It's the swinging thing threw me a little bit.
As it should. It's a pendulum.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah,
I don't know. I didn't know what that was. I like the graphics. I thought those were graphics, so it's a certain kind of graphic.
It's CGI. Yeah.
It's really nice. Thank you, boss. You put that together. Now,
Can we get a name switch?
Oh yeah, for Jeff Arnold and Louis Dix.
Yeah.
No, you just made your way back. I'm Louis Dix.
I'm Jeff Arnold.
And what's the name of the show?
It's In a Man's World.
Yes, and it's New Year's. Nah, this was the thing I was trying to figure out when I was writing up the other night. Is it New Year's Eve? Is it New Year's or New Year Eve?
New Year's Eve.
So when you say Happy New Year's or have a Happy New Year or Happy New Year's, is it the S or without the S?
It's with the S.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
For some people it can be like without the S. However you want to pronounce it.
Happy New Year doesn't. I don't know what goes. Normally, when people are drinking and all that, is Happy New Year's.
You know, I like saying. You know, the best thing about saying like Happy New Year to somebody.
What?
It's like I see you next year. It'll be the next day.
I know. I did that like 6 times today. We got.
I'll see you next year.
So
some people take it literally. Like, really? What part of next year? Like, oh, okay.
Okay. Well, I hope did you have a good Christmas?
Yeah, I rested.
Okay.
Now,
is it I rested or is I rest?
I rested.
I'm stuck on words today.
Yeah, you are.
But
no, it rained all day, so it was a great Christmas.
It's been a great week with the rain. I
love it.
I've been chilling. I've never done this. Binge watched. Is it binge watch? Binge watch.
Yeah, you are struggling with words. You sound like me today. That's
yeah.
Good.
That's
why we should have a name switch.
Yeah, Code 3 and I binge Black Lightning.
Yeah, you was telling me about that.
I'd never seen that.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. Have you ever seen Black Lightning, boss?
No.
Oh, it's it's on Netflix, but it was on CW. It's about Cress Williams is the star and this girl China. It's about a black family, superheroes.
Oh, okay.
And
is it worth watching?
Mara Brockakeel and her husband
created it.
Yeah,
okay.
Or he developed it. And, yeah, she's executive producer. Oz Scott is executive producer.
Really?
Remember Oz Scott?
Yeah.
Yeah, Oz Scott, and it's a great. I mean, I loved it. I love it. I got.
Long time.
I'm on season 3, episode 12.
How many seasons
Is it like the Black Twilight Zone?
No, it's like a black. It was developed by this guy with the DC Comics.
Okay. No, I didn't. I'm not hip.
Yeah,
to it.
so I'm on season 3, episode 12. I have one more season left, and
how many seasons are there?
4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it just got canceled, but
Oh wow. Short-lived.
It's really good, but everyone I ask about it say they haven't seen it, so that's probably why I got.
No, I gotta watch it.
It said it was the lowest rated show on CW, but it lasted for 4 years. But it's a great show.
Okay, I'll take it.
And I mean that. I really like.
I watched True.
I don't know.
With Kevin Hart.
I haven't seen.
Wesley Snipes. Oh man.
I'm trying to get to. Dramatically, Kevin is hilarious. I hear he's great in it.
Kevin took it to another level.
I hear he's great in it.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was really good.
I want to see it. And the baby one, too, with Fatherhood. No. Kevin's he did a thing,
Fatherhood, yeah.
Fatherhood.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. He's no Denzel, but I hear he's good.
No, he's good. He's, he showed the dramatic side of him.
But see, here's the thing. I think you can learn to act, to be a good dramatic actor.
Really?
Comedic. Well, some people.
And Wesley's just so underrated.
Yeah, I think that's what. Yeah, Wesley's just Wesley. So Happy New Year. I mean, Happy New Year's. I hope everyone had a good Christmas.
It's not New Year's. It's Happy New Year.
Okay, that's what I thought. You said Happy New Year.
But no, you asked him New Year's Eve.
Right,
it is
exactly.
New Year's Eve, but it's not Happy New Year.
Thank you for that correction.
It's
Paul.
Happy New Year, not Happy New Year's.
It's however you want to say it. Drunk, sober. It's however it comes out. Welcome it, embrace it, and celebrate.
I sent POTUS, like I always send other people or people I like, Merry Christmas texts, and she sent me, same to you, Happy Kwanzaa.
Okay. I didn't get one.
Because it was, I think I responded the next day. So I said I might as well say Happy Kwanzaa.
And I didn't know. And I knew about Kwanzaa. It began on December 26th and it ends on January 1st. And later on, Jeff is going to give us the 7 principles.
And I have a story about it from Marjorie Greene, the Republican.
Marjorie Taylor Greene?
Yeah, she was talking about it. Yeah, we'll get into that.
I
know everybody's... I remember years ago it was a big thing for your New Year's resolution. Now it's not so much because people take selfies or whatever.
I mean, but life.
People would ask you that. No one has asked me.
Expectancy is short now, so you really can't set goals. I mean, people still setting goals, but
I remember you would hear if you ran into 10 people, 8 of them would ask you what's your New Year's resolution.
Right.
I don't think one person has asked me what.
You have any resolutions?
No one has asked me, so I'm
asking you. Do you? I know what you call it is side women. This is let him be with his friend.
Is to be that main one.
Yeah,
that's it. I want to be that main one
for 2022. It's not gonna happen. Let him be with his family tonight. Don't be calling him.
I just want everyone to be healthy and happy. I'm rooting for happiness.
Is that what you're rooting for?
I'm working towards that. I think I'm in a good place as far as happiness, as far as accepting where I am.
And where are you?
I'm in a good space. I've been working out. I've been praying for one thing to happen in February, March, April, May, June, July.
What's
August.
that?
I don't want to say it because I don't want to blow it.
Well, you got to put it out there. You have to put it out there.
It seems like every time I say something about it, it doesn't happen.
Because you know what? I know what it is.
What is it?
I know what it is.
No, it's actually a couple things. But I don't think you know what this is.
Is this your pilot?
No, the pilot is up there for my show to get picked up. Yes,
but you gotta make that happen though.
Right. Okay.
But sitting around waiting for
there's
people
a
to
tour.
do something.
There's a tour coming up. I want to be on. I want to be a part of. It's like for 6 months.
R&B group?
No. Someone's going on tour, and I just want to be.
Well, put it out there. You gotta put it in the universe so it can get to the right people, so they can hear it. That's how you do it. If you just keep it to yourself, no one's gonna know.
I go out with them a lot anyway, but I want to do all the dates.
Okay,
I'm
well,
then
you
speak up.
You got to put it out there.
Craig Robinson's going on tour, and I want to do all the dates.
You got to say it. Craig, holler at your boy Lewis. He wants to open up for you. He wants to be the main guy. The other motherfucker you fucking with,
no,
put
don't
him to
say
the side.
The other guy, he does.
The
really
other
good.
motherfucker you fucking with, we from Chicago. That's how we come. Yo.
No, his first team is good.
Okay,
Todd Rex and them, and
and
Frankie and them. But
you gotta put it out there.
All right, cool. It's out there.
Man, scary ass nigga going to 20.
I got a great Christmas gift.
What was it?
From Peyton, my daughter. This book. It's the first 100 years of Black poster art, and it has all the great Black Caesar, Hell Up in Harlem. Oh, here's the Black Caesar one with Fred Williamson, one of my favorite movies.
Oh yeah.
That and Hell Up in Harlem, and
that's dope.
Oh yeah, isn't that?
I might have to order that from my homeboy.
What, the book?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny thing because I got her and her partner sweaters by this girl that makes them by hand, and when I presented it to him, she was like, "What?" Because she likes Kristen Stewart, and I had her face put on it, and she was her partner likes Lauryn Hill, and that sweatshirt came out better. And I got Lou a T-shirt that has Tupac and Nipsey Hussle sold on it, and the Tupac didn't look like Tupac. It looked like Gary Coleman.
Where did you go to the swap meet?
Yeah. No, this girl. I was at a basketball game, and I saw this girl, this young lady, and she had
was she
a
white?
sweatshirt on. No, she's black. She had a sweatshirt on, and it was really nice. And I think that was the best one. She said she makes them handmade, and they were expensive too. But I supported her black-owned business, so I was happy about that because I asked her for a card, and I know she didn't believe that I was gonna follow up, and I did. And they were expensive too.
Were they?
Yes, too expensive. But it was okay because I know I made her have a better Christmas. And the thing about it was,
allegedly,
it took her like
how long
2
did
weeks.
it take her?
It took about two or 3 weeks.
Did you get it on time for Christmas?
Yes, okay. But when I went to go pick it up, she was just finishing one of them. I was like, give me 10 minutes, and she was still sewing it.
That's like, why it came out.
And so, but
Tupac, it looked like Rat Pack. So
I got Code 3 a cool gift.
What'd you get her?
I got her a purse.
What's that? The Telfar?
Or what?
The black on?
No, it's a purse.
No, that's what's that? He's a black designer.
Oh, well, I didn't do it. I got a purse that looked like the one that she always wears.
Oh, okay.
That always carries. So I took a picture of it, and then I went to the store and got one that looked similar to it.
Is it a brand name?
Yeah, it was leather.
Well, okay.
No, it was a brand name. She liked it.
Versace, Gucci, Chanel.
Why? Okay.
What?
Why? Like someone posted on the Facebook the other day, like about 15 designers, Gucci, Versace, all these designers, not one black designer, but we are the biggest consumer of their products. Yeah. And I didn't go for the product and stuff. I just looked for a purse that had a place where she could put her weapon. Well, if it was leather, that's nice. I don't care for if it was like a brand name, but leather purses are definitely
it was leather.
Nice.
I mean, but it was she was surprised, and
did she like it?
She said she liked it. I mean, but she's nice enough.
She worn it though.
She's nice enough.
She carried it.
She hasn't transferred the other stuff yet, but she had the same purse for 3-4 years. And I felt like it was.
I'm the same way. I found a beautiful Italian leather purse at the secondhand store. It was like in mint condition. And I've been having that purse probably 5 years now. But the straps and everything are just all.
She always
threads
has,
coming out. I said, let it go. Yeah, buy a new purse.
Yeah, she has too much stuff in it. I was like, let me get it because it has more compartments. But I liked it. So, and she gave me a nice card.
That was it? Was any money in it?
Yeah, she never gives a card without. Every card she gives has money in it. She's like that.
How much? Yeah.
How much?
It
was all right.
$100.
Yeah, it was a century.
It was 100.
Yeah,
that was it.
What do you mean? That was it.
You ain't doing no work.
She gives me a lot more.
She's a law enforcement officer. They don't make very much. I'm just playing.
Did you suck your teeth when you opened it? Like,
no, she gives me a lot more with money can't buy.
And what is that?
Herself. She's a beautiful person.
Okay, allegedly.
No, she is.
Where did you get, Jeff?
Yeah.
Woke up. I was blessed with that.
What'd you get your wife?
Merry Christmas.
You didn't get her anything?
Merry Christmas.
Well, we know your son didn't get you anything. Sorry.
I mean,
my son didn't get me anything either.
I saved money on that. The greatest thing about my relationship with my son that I can say positive is that he doesn't call and ask me for shit. So obviously he's his own man, which, I'm proud of.
That's a good point.
So he doesn't call and ask me for shit. So I don't know who he's getting it from, whether his mom in it, but he doesn't call and he doesn't ask me for anything.
And every parent wants that, so that's good. So, I was reading something about New Year. It goes back some 4,000 years, 2000 BC to the ancient Babylon. And the Romans used to celebrate it in March in 46 BC. That was weird. But in America, at midnight, we toast, we kiss, drop the ball. And that started in 1907.
Right.
And people throw up too, of course. But here's the thing I read about some other countries. In Colombia, people wear bright yellow underwear and run around the house or block with a suitcase to ensure that the upcoming year is filled with travel. I don't understand yellow underwear. I mean, I don't know. The Danes, I guess Danish people, jump off chairs at the stroke of midnight I spelled stroke wrong. To literally leap into a luck-filled new year.
Okay, good luck with that if you don't come down with a broken ankle or something.
And folks in Spain eat 12 grapes at or before midnight.
I heard that.
Did you?
But black people, you know what they do. Are y'all having black eyed peas tonight?
Yes, we do black eyed peas.
Yeah, so.
What else do? We do
greens,
black eyed peas.
Cornbread.
Cornbread.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't do that tonight. I got to do that. I got a hoagie. because I'm gonna watch the game. So listen, give us a call and let us know what you did last year. No, nobody did anything last year. If you did do anything last year, or
No,
what
people
you,
still went out last year.
or if you have
They
any
still got
plans for
together.
this year, let us know. If
Are
you have any,
you staying home?
yes, not going anywhere. The entire team got tested this morning, so we can start practice Monday, all levels. And I was working out, and I was doing, what was that, the tricep thing?
Right.
And the weight thing came down and cut me. It fell like 80 pounds.
Because it's too heavy for you.
No, it wasn't
Go to a lighter
secure
weight.
in there, and I saw like white.
Did you cry?
No, I was like, ugh. I was in it by myself. It was nobody
You
to
winced?
be. Yeah, it was nobody to be.
Oh.
And it wasn't sore.
Did you bounce around?
Oh yeah, you know how when you did. Yeah.
Oh my God.
No. I do that when I hit my
Soft
toe.
ass.
No, when I hit my you never do that when you hit your toe?
I never hit my toe.
What makes you bounce? You've never hit your toe?
No. I know how to walk in the dark because I have my lights cut out.
Okay. Now here's something interesting. Today, we have a guest on who's going to confirm
the yo-yo thing.
The yo-yo.
Oh,
unless you don't want me to bring it up.
No, that's fine.
Okay. Oh, so but you knew where I was going.
Yeah. Me and Dino used to be cool though. Me and Dino were really cool, and I guess he stopped liking me when I did his room when he used to have the Sunset Bar and Grill.
Why? Because he's clean.
No, because I had a real bad set.
Oh.
And he just stopped. And he used to really look up to me comment-wise. Yo, and then he was my man. We was like, we was going to write this script, everything.
You said he stopped looking up to you.
Yeah, he just stopped.
That's a bad set.
Yeah. He was just like, wow, really?
I had a bad set, and Memphis Will wore me out about having a bad set. And he went on stage and just killed me. And it was cool, but he didn't stop speaking to me.
No,
That's
he
a
just
bad
stopped.
set.
Yeah. He stopped fucking
We'll have
with me
to
all
ask
around.
him about that one.
Wow. Okay.
But so give us a call and let us know what the number is. Can you read the number? I saw it. It used to be up there. Can you
323-815-4204.
Okay. What is it, Jeff? Can you say it in a masculine voice? We don't need no.
It's not up there.
It is. It's right there. It's 323.
Man, my vision is so bad.
323-815-4204.
You can't see it there, but I'll. Yeah,
I can see it.
323-815.
If I can see it, you can't
I can't see it. And I have glasses on.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
and I have a driver's test coming up in September. So I might not be able to, I might not be driving.
Your guest is in the Zoom. You want to bring him in?
who? Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Well, okay, I guess we'll do the report.
here?
Yeah, we'll do that.
Huh?
He's early.
He's that guy because he's professional.
Oh, what time he's supposed to be in?
11:30, but I'll go now because that's cool. Because he's.
I used to see him in the hallways at CBS all the time.
Oh, he's one of the top writers.
Yeah, he was with Wanda Sykes for a long
Yes,
time.
he's writing right now the Cedric Show, the greatest at-home video starring Cedric Entertainer. He writes for the Upshaws. He's been Wanda Sykes' go-to person as a writer.
The whole time.
Yeah, Wanda at Large, the Wanda Sykes Show,
Lance
Def
Carruthers,
Jam 25. Yeah. He wrote on Super Bowl 2020.
Did he?
I didn't know that.
Okay. Wow.
But his I was reading some of his credits as an actor. He's better.
I saw him in he was on Shameless.
Okay, right.
Yeah, he was on Shameless.
But in one film he did called Hotel, it's listed him as the black waiter.
Oh wow.
But I mean, you can't hate on him because he's a professional.
No.
But he has a Faithful Central comedy show he does.
Right.
And his lovely wife is a producer and writer.
Okay.
And he has. I'm not sure if he has children. We have to ask him about that. But he was born in Atlanta, Georgia. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
He doesn't carry that too long. But please welcome our friend, and it used to be Jeff's friend until he had a bad set.
Yeah.
Dino Shorte. Hello.
Hello, gentlemen. Hello.
Hey, how are you,
He's
Dino?
the only last man wearing a Argyle sweater. There you go.
You gotta keep something, alive this day and age. So yes.
First of all, how are you? Happy New Year.
I am fantastic, and I must say I'm very, very happy to see both of you gentlemen. You guys, just looking at you guys brings back a lot of fantastic memories for me. So hey, there it is.
Yeah, because there's a lot of us you won't be seeing anymore. I mean, D Militan's gone.
That is very true, sir.
Yeah, they
Always with the
dropping like
stab.
flies, huh? No, they are. I mean, it's Kente Scott. He's alive, right? Kente Scott. No, I'm just kidding.
Barely. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, because Kente's like
Last time
400 years old, but
like
he
I
looks
checked
12.
his Twitter, he was all right.
Yeah, anytime Jeff calls me, I know somebody done died.
Oh, that's the worst
We
kind
should
of
do an
relationship.
over and under
Yeah.
for 2022.
Oh, that I did. I told Chris Spencer that. I was like, "Who's the go-to?" I didn't know it was gonna be D Militant. I didn't put him on the list, but Al Toomer's going soon. I know that Al Toomer's going to go soon. I mean, Al Toomer.
Yeah.
But
We'll be dropping soon, Buddy Lewis.
yeah.
Man,
all
wow.
Now, Buddy sent me the funniest Christmas thing.
I couldn't. I was like, okay, was he intoxicated?
No,
Was
that's
he-
just his funny. Oh,
Okay.
man, oh my God, it was hilarious. Yeah,
He's
Buddy,
a hilarious guy.
he's funny. He's pure funny. But so Dino, real quick,
Yes.
I wanted
yes.
to ask you. You were born in Atlanta, Georgia, right?
I was
Okay. And my dad just can't stop calling.
right after the Civil War.
Can we do an over and under with your dad?
No, leave my dad. My dad, 80 years old.
Hey, man. Hey.
That's, hey, Dino, I want to ask you
Hey,
before
Pops, I
you came.
love you.
Before you came on, Jeff was. Okay, it's two things we want to ask you about in reference to Jeff first, real quick.
Sure.
Okay, a couple shows ago, I was talking about I do a thing, and I'm going to ask you things about things that you do well and things you don't do well.
Okay.
And you are a witness to this because I was telling the audience that Jeff does not know how to yo-yo. And if you remember the Tiffany's play,
Right.
and
Yes.
Jeff could not yo-yo.
Yes, I remember that. It has haunted me for years. The fact that a full-grown, relatively handsome, and one-time professional athletic person has the inability to yo-yo. I don't even know how that's
It didn't.
possible.
It messed everybody up. We all were
Yeah,
like,
we had to cancel the show. We lost like it was terrible.
we
We
lost,
shut
yeah,
down.
yeah.
We were on our way to the
Ticket sales
Pantages
and all that,
Theater, one of
yes.
the greatest theaters in America, and
Now I
we
was
got shut
acting like
down.
I didn't know how to yo-yo.
no, you could not yo-yo.
No, there's no actor on earth who could act that well.
Right.
Nobody.
Me.
Not
So that
James
is
Earl Jones,
confirmed. Thank you.
Not Don Cheadle.
Yeah.
No.
Now, also, we were saying, it was, yeah, Dino's on the show. Dino's on the show. And Jeff's like, that Jeff said, you could tell him.
No, I said, Dino, stop messing with me. It was a while. Because I used to see Dino all the time in the hallways at CBS. And we
Yeah.
was always had that great, friendship. We was always cool. We would talk. And at once, we was writing, but we was going to be writing buddies because we was going to
Yeah.
write that movie, Thief. We was going to do the
Yes,
sequel
yes.
to Thief with James Caan.
Yep.
And
he had a
Dino
brilliant
always,
idea about
and
that.
then we auditioned for the Groundlings together.
We did.
And I got it. And he,
Yep.
he didn't get it, but he was still supportive of me.
Absolutely.
Supportive of me.
Okay.
So, but then
Yes.
it was like, okay, cool. So then when we bump into him, and he's like, yo, I do this room. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And he was like, yo, you should come do it. And I'm like, fine. He's like, I paid like $75. I'm like, all right, I'll do it. And I
Yeah.
went, and I had like the worst set I think I've ever had next to Magic Johnson's Midsummer Night. I think I had the worst set. And then that's when Dino just stopped fucking with me. He was just like, man, wow.
That is not the
He was
case.
just like, wow.
That is not the case.
His wife was there, and he had the
And,
intro.
okay, tell the truth.
No, the
Tell the
intro
truth.
was so built up,
No.
and I didn't live up to it. And he was just like, wow. But
No,
then,
let me
okay,
tell
what
you
was-
why I stopped messing with Jeff, because at that particular show, Jeff, and his set, everybody has an upset, a down set, a up moment, a down moment. No big deal. I wasn't tripping. What really, really hurt my feelings is how much my wife kept going on and on and on about how handsome and tall and attractive Jeff was. And I was like, you know what? That's it. That's it, sir.
That's not true. I
That's
felt
it.
so bad leaving it. I was like, man.
My wife looked me directly in my face and said, that's the kind of man I like.
No.
And I was like,
No.
we've been married now for 643 years. I wish I had known this.
I wish.
Because I
That
could've
look
been
on his
honest.
face when he just put his hand on his face like this, like, man, the intro I gave you and the letdown, dog. You just.
Well, that clears that up. Hey, I want to
But
start
I
off.
still love you though, bro.
I was
I
wondering.
love you too.
I did.
Stop changing your phone number.
My phone number is the same. I try to hit you on Twitter. You never respond back.
Jeff, I'm 812 years old. I'm not a big Twitterite. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I
all right.
apologize. You
That's all
can
right,
email me. You can send me a letter.
Which-
A handwritten letter would be nice.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
But I wanted to start up now. You how long have you been married? Because you and your wife are.
Actually, I've been married. We're in our 17th year.
Wow.
But actually, I've known my wife for at least, I don't know, maybe 3 years, 4 years.
Hilarious.
I mean, it's a process.
Hilarious. Now, did you have children?
I do. I have 3 sons.
Now I've never known that. You've never really talk about them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not that fond of them. I mean, they're all, you get to a day and age where you just got to be honest about what's going on with the family life. I don't want to lie, so I just don't bring them up because it's a dark area of my life. My 3 sons,
Oh, wow.
and now I have 6 grandchildren, so it's even darker.
Wow. Now I know this up close and afar, but because you're like one of the real Christians.
Yes.
Because you actually
Yes.
go to church and you participate in church. How long have you been a Christian?
Oh my God, as far back as I can remember, I think
812 years.
I was baptized. My first time that I was baptized was at 9 years old, and then I was rebaptized as an adult when I think I turned 40, and I rededicated, myself to my faith and my religion. I failed miserably. I'm still going to hell because I don't
for
like
you.
people, and
So yeah, because that's something that you don't you walk the walk, and I've always admired that.
You could never do that.
I kind of skip the walk. I don't, I drive the walk. I'm not really.
Some people avoid the walk.
No, because
Yeah.
I know how righteous and sincere you have to be in Pastor Omer's flock.
Yeah,
You
no.
can't be
he's
half stepping.
Oh, really?
Faithful. Yeah. Oh, you can't.
Oh,
Wait a
absolutely.
minute, hold up. Not okay. He don't have no skeletons in his closet.
Well,
do
I'm
he?
sure everyone does, but what I'm
Okay,
saying
so,
is that
yeah, so-
it's a
Well, yeah.
you can't
He
go
has
there.
a ton of skeletons in his closet, but they're all well dressed. They're friendly. They speak to one another.
and it,
So,
and
I
they
mean,
highly
it's
paid.
But no, that's just a serious church over there.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and Dino's high up in there, and
Well,
so
I mean, I wouldn't say high up. I mean, I go and I pray. I sing every once in a while, to myself.
yeah,
You
but
do-
you put on the comedy shows there.
Yeah.
I mean, you have a face there that he wouldn't allow if you were half stepping.
Oh no, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, Bishop is all about, just however you are truly in your deepest heart of hearts. It doesn't matter. Just act like you're a Christian,
Right.
and
And not a heathen. Do you still do your joke?
About what?
Faithful Central?
Yeah, yeah.
You still do that joke?
Yeah, actually did it there. Yeah, about how.
he did it there, and it killed.
Yeah, that was
You
a
only
true.
get-
It wasn't a joke. It was true.
You only getting $4 because we only been here 4 years.
Yeah, he asked everybody for 30 because church. This was when it was at Washington High School. I want to ask, how did you get into comedy?
About
door and walked in.
when I first came to Los Angeles, I ran into two people that kind of sort of made me desire to be more in the entertainment industry. And Jeff Arnold was one, and Lance Crowther
Yeah, Lance.
was the other. And that basically because I was always impressed, just with their talent and their ease with themselves on stage. And I was like, it was just me wishful thinking, wow, I wish I could be this, I wish I could be like those guys, and blah blah blah. Little did I realize I would never be able to be like them because they were both, Lance had a long ponytail and he was the light skinned and pretty boy, and Jeff was the dark, swarthy, slick, cool
Never,
guy.
nah.
They never told me I didn't have a shot. They just, they
did.
took pity on me and hung out with me.
No, you
And
were.
I learned
I always
other
thought you
things.
were hilarious.
Now, first of all, how is Diane?
Diane is fantastic.
His wife. You didn't know
Right.
it's his wife. But she's
Yeah,
good.
she is fantastic. She's still the light that keeps me going, and I'm very fortunate
Good
enough.
for you, bro.
Marriage is no joke, and to all of you out there who are thinking about getting married, I would first of all say don't, because it's not easy. But if
not
you're
for
gonna go ahead
everybody.
and do it anyway, find someone who will be in your corner no matter what, even when you don't deserve it. And that's the type of person Diane is.
Did you make the transition from stand up to writing, or Was it writing?
I
Because
actually, I act. Well, let me be honest. As a stand-up comic, I never really put in the amount of time or energy that the professionals like yourself, like Jeff, like Lance, all the big names, Robin Montague, Jamie Foxx, Mark Curry, all those cats who were starting, that I looked up to when I first started off. I never put in the type of energy
That
and
stage
dedication
time.
that you guys did, because quite frankly I didn't have that type of self-confidence. But what I was able to do was hang in the background and sort of tweak jokes. Somebody would ask me, hey, what do you think about this joke? I would, oh, that's nice, try it this way, or maybe say that way, because I do come from a theatrical family, so I know about structure and arcs and so forth. And whether it's a 110-page movie or 6-act play or whatever, or a small 1 30-second joke, there's always an arc to everything. So I was fortunate enough to learn about arcs of jokes at an early age. So I started, basically just giving people my opinion. And fortunately, some of the people that I gave my opinion to ended up growing and growing and growing in their career, and they just basically brought me along. Back in the old days, when a comic got a show like on Fox or whatever,
Yep.
they would give the comic writers, but they would allow the comic to bring in a couple of people they felt comfortable with.
Right.
right.
And a couple of comics back then who kind of started blowing up did that for me.
Now
So
before
that's how I ended up
before I
being
ask
a
you
writer.
who was the first one, I wanted to ask you. You said the theatrical background. Is that your
Yes.
family?
Yes, my father was an actor from the 60s and 70s. He was in a lot of iconic films like, Death Wish, Network, Serpico,
okay.
but he always had bit parts.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's a recognizable face. He's got a hell of a wonderful resume, but, as back then for him,
Wait a minute. Okay, is his name Robert?
well, that's the weird thing. As an actor, he always used my name. So
Was he born in 47?
that's him. That's
So
my
because
father.
when you Google you,
He comes
he
up.
comes up, and I was
Right.
like, that's not Dino Shorte. He wasn't born in 47. So that's your father.
That is correct.
Okay, all right.
Will we know his father if we saw him?
Yeah, because I
Okay.
was. Yeah, his dad is Robert
Yes.
Dino Shorte.
Yes.
Yes, it's Robert.
His biggest for me, his biggest claim to fame would be he was in the movie, the original Charles Bronson vigilante movie Death Wish.
Okay.
And he was actually the only quote unquote mugger who survived running into that character, the Death Wish character, and he actually shot Charles Bronson in the end. So he had a huge scene and everything and blah blah blah. It was really great, and it they air it. It's in the cycle now, and it's part of the lexicon. So every 2 or 3 months they will air it, and I always watch it because it's just very nostalgic for me. Plus, he is a very very fine actor. He won the equivalent of the Academy Award for Canada, the Carlyle, for the play Streamers.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just been in a lot of iconic stuff. He was an acting instructor as well, and he learned from the acting greats. Sanford Meisner, Lee Strasberg were his actual
Coaches.
teachers, and these are people I met as a very young person who taught me a lot of stuff about what it meant to perform and just be alive on stage. Unfortunately for me, I was never able to translate that strength onto stage in the world of comedy. Theatrically, I've done a lot of plays, I've directed a lot of plays, I've acted in a lot of plays. I don't have a problem with that. It's just getting up on stage and telling jokes like the real professional comedians do. That's a very, very powerful thing. And because I was so damaged as a child growing up and my self-esteem was crushed, it took a long time for me to develop that level of.
Now,
And I always thought that about you. I always thought that was the one thing that you always lacked was the self-confidence.
Yeah,
And I always
absolutely.
used
You
to
used to
say,
tell me that.
yeah, and I always used to say, man, because I always thought you were hilarious. Your timing was impeccable, your delivery, and I just like, man, if you just have the confidence, just the way we talking, the way you had me cracking up now, if you could just translate that to the stage, you'd have been a beast. You
Well,
would have,
It,
because
it,
some of your
he
material.
wouldn't have been a Rory Flynn, but hey, he was.
No, he would have been. No, he'd have been there.
kidding.
He'd have been along.
That's inside joke. I mean, our generation, we all love Roy Flynn, who's in Africa right now.
He's
And,
big in Africa right
man.
now.
But if you,
Oh my God.
Roy Flynn was Roy Flynn. You just, I
Hey
mean,
man,
I mean, you're
but
not
that's
gonna
when we
get
had
there,
true. We had true comics then. True comedians
Yeah,
back then.
yeah.
They all had their identity.
yeah, Roy.
No, you guys had back then. I'm telling you, I was very, very fortunate. You know, if you look at your life with the right perspective, no matter what time period you're born in, you can look at your life and see the real, definite blessings of your life. And I'm telling you, I came up at a time when people like Jeff, like Lewis Dix, Jamie Foxx, Jetta Jones,
Man.
just really
Yes.
iconic, strong, incredibly funny people were performing, and they were doing the best material. And it really always bothered me at that time that it was so hard to make that crossover into the financial end of it. We've always had the talent, but crossing over has always been so difficult. That's one of the reasons why I started the club that I start, because I allow anybody to perform. As long as you respect my audience, you are more than welcome. And I pay everybody. And yeah, I'm not a millionaire, so I can't afford to, just shower money on people. But I always have believed everybody that's brave enough to get up on stage at least deserves gas money, food money, whatever.
Yeah, no, that's a good part of your
Yeah.
life. Now, I wanted to go back to who was the first person to bring you in? You were talking earlier that certain comics would make it and bring other comedians. Who was the first comic that you gave advice to or gave help make a joke better, brought you into the TV land?
The first comic that really started listening to my commentary about jokes was Lance Crowther. And then because he was so brilliant at that time, he had a clique of comics around him, and a lot of times he would be talking to them, and then he would bring me into that conversation, and that's how I got to know them. Like that's how I got to know Jamie Foxx and Wanda Sykes, and even more contemporary comics like George Lopez and Drew Carey. These are people who all have worked with Lance, who really, really admire and really listen to his guidance. And it's very interesting because there are many, many, many people who absolutely will go on record as saying, "Oh no, I do not like Lance Crowther," for whatever reason.
Right.
But they work with him again and again and again because of his brilliance. The dude is legitimately a genius, and it's freaky sometimes. So
Yeah, I remember his joke
I'm
about
still in contact with him today. We work on things as much as possible all the time together.
Now, what is it like, or what is the different muscles or different do's or don'ts when you're writing for someone like Wanda Sykes or Cedric the Entertainer? How do you approach those things?
I personally always approach those things with more of being a listener than a person who has to continuously talk through especially in the initial meetings, because when you take these initial meetings with people, you need to listen to them in order to understand where their minds are, what their thought processes are, how they think, because if you listen to anyone long enough, they'll pretty much give you a roadmap of who they are, especially in real transparent situations. If someone calls you in for a meeting and the meeting is to potentially hire you as a writer, then you need to just listen to how they verbalize their thoughts and what their speech patterns are.
Now,
So you can develop a mechanism for knowing how to write for that person.
Now
That's
let me
oh, I'm
ask you a
sorry.
question.
Sure.
Let me ask you a question. Take us through how that process goes. So does their manager call you in? Do they call you in? Like you write for Cedric with the home videos, right? It's just you and
Right.
Cedric. If I'm right, is that correct?
Right. Right.
So
It's just he's the star and I'm the writer.
so how does
And
that process go? You're at home. You get a phone call from whom?
Well, you have to understand, not you have to understand, but my situation is slightly different. And it goes back to what I was initially saying about being so blessed. Most of the people who are at a certain A-list level now have my number directly. I mean, we're already friends.
Okay.
So if
Okay.
they want to reach out to me, they pick up the phone and call me. I never get a call from anybody's rep or agent or manager. If Wanda wants a joke, Wanda calls me. If Cedric wants a bit for the show, he calls me.
So what is that
And
conversation? Okay, your phone rings and you have it listed. It's Cedric, right?
yes, I do.
Okay, so you're
Yes, I
sitting
do.
there. I just want to know. I've never had a phone call from Cedric. I mean, I want to know, and I'm sure everybody else is listening. Have you ever had a phone call from Cedric?
Yeah, just last night. He asked me what I was doing for New Year's.
Yeah, man, come on. All right, so Dino, you're sitting at home. Your phone rings. It's Cedric, and so what? How does that go?
The first thing, and I know this is gonna sound kind of weird, but I'm just being honest. The first thing I do is I thank God that I'm getting the phone call because normally it's for work. And as a black man in this particular industry and in this particular time in America, getting a call that can potentially financially change your life for years is always a blessing. So I give thanks first, then I answer the phone call, and after the, customary moment of pleasantries, hey, how you doing? What's going on? Blah blah blah. Then I listen and I start immediately taking notes because again, people like Cedric, people like Wanda, people like Lance, George, whatever, they will immediately jump into why they're calling you and what they want. And you listen, and then the only question I really ask is, when do you want it by? And if they say, hey, I need a joke for the Ellen show for Monday, fine, you'll have it by Sunday. I always try to give it ahead of time so they can make their comments, send it back or whatever. But and that's basically it for
Now,
me.
how
Now,
many jokes do you give them? Say they have one. They give you a premise, and they want how many jokes do you submit?
if Wanda calls me and goes, hey, I'm going to be on the Ellen show, give me some new jokes. I ask her, hey, do you have a particular genre you want to talk about? Do you want to talk about politics or kids or whatever? And she'll tell me. And sometimes it's like, nah, I just need some new stuff. Oh, okay, cool. So I'll pick several different categories: politics, kids, religion, marriage, and I'll give 10 jokes in each category. So if she calls me and say she needs some jokes, she's going to get like 40 jokes. And that's normally my process. I always just machine gun as many jokes as I possibly can, because even if they don't all land, it's enough that it might spur their thought process to give them more of what they really need for that particular moment.
Now, where are these jokes stored? Do you have them stored, or do you come up? Do you have a file cabinet of them?
Nah, you can't. I don't store jokes because if to me, if you're spending time storing jokes, then you're stepping out of the reality of life. You gotta be able to be aware in the moment of what's happening in the moment. So a joke that may be fun, I could have done 500 jokes on the Titanic when it happened. I mean, I live right down the street, and it was all across the wire, and I knew everything that was happening. But Titanic jokes won't work now because that's over 100 years ago. A little after I was born. So
Now, do you find yourself writing similar jokes?
no, I have a style that I write in. I mean, everybody has their voice,
Right.
but no, I try to make all my jokes starkly different from one another.
Now, how do you read a lot? How do you come up with all of this? What do you?
I read voraciously as much as possible, and I do the
Can
one
you spell that
thing
word?
voraciously.
Yeah, we struggle. It's public school over here, man.
I'm sorry. I read a lot.
Okay, thank you.
And that reminds me, years ago, I used the word plethora. Jeff clowned me for like a year. He was using it in all kinds. He used it on stage. He's looking at, hey, everybody, I'm Jeff Arnold. I got a plethora of jokes to tell.
That is a good word.
I hated that guy for that. That was so funny. But yeah, no, I don't store jokes. I just live in the moment, and I do if there's an issue that my wife and I have my wife has with me, it's the amount of television that I watch.
Okay.
But I watch television with a purpose, specifically to get ideas, to think. It's my thinking mechanism, and it also has increased my capacity to be a virtual library of a lot of things that are quote unquote entertainment. Like, when people are making comments, like I get references, when certain comics use references, they want them to resonate with everyone. But if everyone isn't up on the reference, they may not get it. Like I may make a reference to, Festus, but unless you know who Festus is, you don't get the reference, So I never want to be the person who doesn't get the reference. So I watch everything from Big Bang Theory to, Black Lady Sketch Show.
Now, I remember we used to watch a lot of movies together.
Absolutely,
We used to watch
absolutely.
One of the actors in Rambo. You hated him. It was his lieutenant.
In what?
In Rambo, the Rambo movies.
His lieutenant.
Yeah. I forget his name, but you was like, he's the worst actor ever.
Oh, really?
Yeah, used to crucify him.
It's amazing how Dino has forgotten the moments that you two have had.
No, but there's so many actors that I feel that way, and I mean I don't hate them.
Yeah. But I mean, you used to, when we watched Rambo and all that, you used to crucify him. It's like
Are you sure it was Rambo and not Platoon?
No, it was Rambo.
Rambo. Oh, you're talking about Brian Dennehy.
No, not Brian Dennehy. It was
No.
No, I'll find him. I'm gonna Google it right now. I'll let you know.
Oh no, I know who you're talking about. Richard Crenna.
Yeah.
Yes.
Used to hate him. You used to be like, it used to take you so much to get into you like, yo, he is the worst actor ever.
And let me tell you, because I know I know Richard Crenna's history, and I know his ability as a performer, and in the Rambo series, he just wasn't doing it for me. He just really, really wasn't. Now, there have been some movies and some performances that he has done where he has obliterated the character, and he was absolutely brilliant. It was just the original 2 Rambo films that I was like, what is he doing? Yeah. Why would he? And that's what really, I think, when you know someone's ability, it's like, you watching Michael Jordan play in his heyday, and then all of a sudden he act like he can't play. You're like, man, what are you doing? Would you dunk? Would you what do you So that's where that hatred came
Jeff
from.
does know actors' names. Hey, I got a few questions I want to ask you.
Sure.
The thing, but we do this thing where we say things you do well and things you don't do well.
Okay.
Okay. Can you spell?
Yes.
Okay. How about cook?
Can I spell cook?
No.
Yes.
Can you spell cook? Yeah.
I mean, that's
no. Can you cook?
I don't know the caliber of people you have on this show, but no. Yes, I love to cook. During the pandemic, my cooking skills have really increased. But at one point, that's how I paid for most of my college life. I was a saucier in New Orleans, so I learned a lot about food.
Do you golf?
I do not. I've always wanted to, but I do not.
This is weird. Can you climb a tree or a fence? Can you climb a tree or get over a fence?
Yes, even at this decrepit age, I can, but it is directly attributable to what is chasing me.
Exactly.
Got it.
Lewis still can't climb a tree or get over a fence.
I can't climb a tree.
Yeah, he can. He just ain't never had to be chased by nothing that made him want to do it.
Exactly.
Good point. Now, what about your driving skills? Well,
I'm an expert driver.
Yeah, because you ride a motorcycle, right?
I do.
Okay. Now,
I do.
I'm always amazed at you guys who ride motorcycles. It's like you have no fear.
No, it's absolutely. I do have fear, which is why I'm able to have ridden a motorcycle for as long as I have been, because the moment you start riding without fear, then you're gonna die, or what's worse, be paralyzed or whatever.
Now, how long have
So
you been riding a motorcycle?
I
I
have
call them
been.
motorcycles.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate that.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
I've been riding a motorcycle. Let's see. I first started when I was in my 30s, so since about 1972.
Well,
Okay. Are you still riding it today?
I am. It's
Yeah,
in my
you-
garage. I actually just went out and
What kind you
polished.
have?
I got a Yamaha Road Warrior.
Oh, okay.
I saw him pull up to church with it once.
Yeah.
Can you play an instrument?
I can. I actually can play a few instruments.
Now this question I got
Can
teased.
you play an instrument?
No, I used to play the sax, but it made my nose bleed.
Oh, wow.
I don't know why. But does Diane think you're a great kisser?
Yes.
I know that's a dumb question, but I don't know why.
I don't mind the question at all. Anything regarding
it-
my sexual prowess,
you
I
wanna
will
kiss
always.
him.
No, I don't want to kiss. What's your most expensive purchase?
My most expensive purchase was one that happened recently for my 15th year wedding anniversary. I was finally able to get my wife the diamond ring that I always felt she deserved. So it was the most money I've ever spent on anything.
Did she know you were getting it?
No, she had no idea.
So she
And then
cried. You got her. You got her.
I got her. It was part of a big party that I threw, and I surprised her, and all her friends were there. Well, most of her friends were there, and then I got down on one knee and
Were any of your friends there?
Yeah, we're in the year because we were.
we
We weren't there. I mean, the guy that watched
my
Rambo
true
with.
friends, the people that I really care about, of course they were there.
Oh, okay. There you
The ones
go.
that I truly love and dearly, dearly admire, and would love to spend any moment with. They all were there.
How,
Next question.
Is there anything that you would wait over 2 hours to get? Like if somebody waited 4 hours to get an In-N-Out burger, or would you a pair of shoes? Is it anything that you would wait?
Over 2 hours?
Yeah, in line. or something?
That's almost a loaded question, because that question I think is very attributable to age. When you're younger,
Yep.
I remember standing in line
Yeah.
for 4 hours to see The Empire Strikes Back.
Really?
I'm a big science fiction buff, and I was a huge Star Wars person. I'm a Trekkie and all
I didn't
the
know
old
that.
author- Yeah, no, big time.
I just started watching Black Lightning.
Black Lightning is good. It didn't get all the support that it should have, but again, I've got personal opinions about it, but I think what makes a good superhero show great is the level of realism of the stories. So Black Lightning started getting away from the realness of a black man having superhuman powers.
Right. That's where I'm like in season 3, and I feel like, where are they going now?
Yeah, no. Yeah. That's why that film, the show that was on Netflix that was highly successful, Luke Cage, was so good, because he dealt with a lot of everyday gritty, I'm a black man stuff in America who just happens to be indestructible. Right. But he still had beef with police. He had girlfriend problems. He lived in a dump. Okay. That's what I like. I like realistic superheroes, if that makes any sense.
Here's something I want to ask you. What is something you wish you had experienced or wish you had not experienced in your life?
Something that I wished
that you had experienced or wished you had not experienced in your life.
Well, I can answer both. I wished I had experienced more international travel in my life. I had opportunities to go to several different places all over the world. But again, it goes back to my issue with my own personal self-esteem. I didn't think I was worthy enough or, deserved to go. So, when I had opportunities to actually go and do USO shows and, go to visit the troops on different, at different bases all over the world and so forth, I wouldn't go, because I was always like, well, let someone else go who's actually legitimately funny, who can really entertain those guys, because those guys and girls deserve it. So that's something I wish I had done more of, or had experienced. And the one thing I wished I hadn't experienced so much of was racism.
Wow.
Are you still performing? Are you still getting on stage?
I only get on stage now as a very, very, very last resort. You know, some of the people that I write for, I'll write them a joke, but before I give it to them, I may go out and perform it just to get the proper timing and so forth, you know, so I can give it to them. Or with the comedy show that I do, you know, comics sometimes, you know, they have issues, they can't show up or they're going to be late, but the show must go on. So I'll go up and cover until they get there.
Well,
but
we have
other than that, no.
Well, we have the perfect platform for you to come, man. We at the Regency starting Thursday, January 6th, man. And
Thursday, January 6th. I'll write that down.
Every Thursday after that, you're more than welcome, man. Anytime you want to come and grace the stage,
I will come and watch and spend my money and drink heavily.
No,
fair enough.
You can get on stage.
Hey, listen, Dino, I want to thank you for taking the time on New Year's Eve to
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
This has been an honor.
Yeah, thank you so much, and much continued success. And I know when they bring live audiences back, I know your first choice is Kente for warm up, so I know I'll be your second choice. No, I love Kente, but hey, much love to you and your wife Diane and your 3 sons you don't like, and continued success, man. Keep making.
I have your number, so I'm gonna text you.
Please do, because
right.
I would love to come see the show, and I would love to have you come in and do my show.
No,
I still curse.
yeah.
So.
No, he can't come.
Oh no, you can't come.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right, Dino. Much love. Thank you so much,
Thank
man.
you, gentlemen. Have a
Love
good
you,
day.
man.
God
All right.
bless both of you.
Happy New Year to you.
Dino
Same to you.
Shortag.
Yes. See, I was an influencer back then.
Yeah, I saw it. It sounds sincere.
It is sincere.
Well, I mean,
There's no negativity, unless it's coming from you to the left of me.
you feel like it's. I'm influencing you that way.
Never.
You told him he didn't have confidence. That's
Yes.
that's not that positive. Hey man, you don't have no confidence, man.
No, but I said it in a way to encourage him to get on stage. I didn't go up and say, "Man, you suck." You
I
ain't got
never
no
said you
confidence."
sucked. I just said you weren't
say it all
good.
the time.
I didn't
What's the
say-
difference?
You're not good means you can get better. If you suck, you're done. There you go. There you go, getting all sensitive.
Your analogy of shit is just amazing. at
Well,
your
I'm
age.
Louis Dix,
I'm Jeff Arnold.
and thank you, Dino Shortag. What's the name of the show?
In a man's world.
Okay.
Fuck, yo.
What? I didn't say anything. I said.
You technical with everything, Mr. Technicality.
Oh yeah, okay. We have a show. Okay, this goes back to.
No.
I've been making the meetings. Okay, Jeff calls meetings for our show with me and Keith Morris and Matt Marv. We're doing shows at the Regency West starting January 6th, and Jeff is the producer and everything, and he calls meetings. And before, I never went to the meetings or whatever. Now I've been to both of them and on time. And
No,
Jeff
the first
wrote
one you wasn't.
the first one I went,
was
but I
20.
told you what time
Right,
I could get there.
right.
I did get there the time I told you I could
You
get
got
there.
there, yeah.
Right.
Right.
So Jeff wrote we were doing some commercials on a radio station, and Jeff wrote the commercials.
And I thought it was nice. Now we can ask the boss lady. I said, which I don't think was sexist, but I was like, the first 25 ladies that's wearing sexy stilettos get in for half price. And he jumped off like, it's 2021 going to 2022. You cannot say that.
You were supposed to say guys too.
Thank you. There you go. Thank you. Because that's what I said. I was like, you didn't say that to guys, they sexy. So then I just told him, just say the women that think they're sexy come in.
Do you think the stilettos part?
I don't think, well, back in the 90s, that shit was cool. Ladies' night, sexy leg contest, all of that. But we are in a different time where people, which I'm not offended by it at all, but I don't know, it's a different time. So you're going to get people like Lou that get offended.
Now,
Why do women have to wear stilettos? They can wear whatever shoe they want to.
they can wear flats. They could, you know what? But you know who's got me thinking like that is Peyton, my daughter. Because whenever I say something old school, she corrects me like, no, Dad, you don't say that. You shouldn't say that. That's not cool. That's offensive. So
Do
it's
you
in my
remind her
head.
who's the parent?
No, because she has some valid points, and I agree with her.
Just because he's the parent doesn't mean that she doesn't have, like he said, valid points.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with her, and I felt that way. I felt the stigma of stilettos as very sexist. And I was like, wait a minute. You don't have to say that. You don't have to say it. How do we just get interrupted? This show is no
Because
timing.
she put on her stilettos.
All right,
her leg up.
that interruption. It's time for the Poetess Report.
Wow.
This just in, very sad news. Betty White just died at the age of 99, almost 3 weeks shy of her 100th birthday.
George Burns still winning.
Damn.
Oh man, Betty White. Man,
Have any of you guys ever met her in your comedy career?
I met her. We always had warm embraces when she did Late Show with Craig Ferguson.
I've never embraced her, but I've been in the same room with her.
With her. We have great, tremendous conversations. I mean, she was the nicest person ever.
You was gonna say the nicest white person.
Yeah, but she was. I didn't want to sound racist in 2022. No, she was very nice, very nice.
I've heard nothing but good things about Betty White my entire life. Like, I've never heard anything. I thought she had a great sense of humor.
When did she die?
And she
died today.
And she never walked around as that star.
And her birthday, her 100th birthday was
yes, sad day.
Was coming up January 17th.
And people were hoping that she would make it.
Yeah, because there was something just recently that she was supposedly had done, how to live secrets to living a happy life at 100.
Yeah.
And
I guess that book won't make it to press.
Well, she can say 99.
Yeah.
Wow. I wonder now that's interesting because, well, it's not interesting. It's sad, but John Madden, hers in 3, so it's
Harry Reid.
Oh, Harry Reid. So that's the 3.
He was the first.
She was an icon. She was. I mean, she was a beautiful lady too back in the day.
Back in the day, yes.
You know, but now we got all these tributes and wow.
She would. But the thing is, me meeting her and talking with her, she never carried that cloak of a diva. She was very approachable. You can go up to her. You can talk to her. If you spoke to her, she would speak back to you. She would engage in conversation. She wouldn't have a publicist or her manager or her agent say, well, you can't talk to her. She always came to the show by herself. Her driver would walk her up and she would be in the dressing room. And
wow.
It was just like, it was just beautiful.
Well, that was talent. Okay. Anything else?
Wow.
Kanye just purchased property across the street from Kim.
That dude, man.
So we can do a tribute for her at the Regency.
Yeah, we'll see.
Get a little real to pay for it.
Oh my God.
No, Kanye got issues.
Yeah,
that's your boy from Chicago, right?
But he lives right across the street from me too.
In Chicago?
Yes.
Now Kim Kardashian. So he must have paid the grip for. I'm sure it's a gated community, right?
Yes.
I'm not sure, but he supposedly paid $4.5 million to move into a mansion that's just right, I think, next door or across the street. And he even paid over $400,000 above the asking price
for it. Yeah.
So that he can get the house. But also, what was interesting is Kim paid him $23 million to own the house they lived in outright. Like, it's her house. Like, during their divorce proceedings, she paid him $23 million to keep the house to herself without
But she came hard on him, too.
You know who I think lost out on that whole thing?
Who?
O.J. Simpson. O.J.
Chloe.
He should have hung in there.
Oh, my God. There was this documentary I saw on Netflix. I think it was about their dad, Kardashian.
Right.
Robert.
And I forget who the person who said it, but supposedly they fell out because O.J. hit the wife, Kris Jenner. And he said he hit it so hard that she asked him to take her to the hospital. And O.J. said, you better ask your husband.
Wait a minute, he punched her?
No.
He smashed.
Oh. He beat the pussy up.
Oh.
But when
Well, so he did run over 2,000 yards.
So he supposedly did that, and so much that she had to go to the hospital. She asked OJ to take her, and OJ told her to ask your husband to take you, and there was a rift between the two after that. But
Well, that'll do it.
Do you remember when you did the the Mavericks Flat, when you and TDP were doing your show?
Don't
and
say
you
his
had,
name. Don't
and
say
you,
his name.
no, TDP, that's my dude.
Okay.
And you invited Sinbad, and then Sinbad had dinner,
Yeah.
and we sat around and we talked.
Right.
And he told that great story
About
Chris Jenner
I don't remember this.
with Magic Johnson.
Okay, that's enough.
Yeah.
okay, let's
Okay, yeah,
listen.
let's move on. Yeah,
So anyway, Kim says she's made it pretty clear there's no way that they're gonna get back together. Kanye says he moved across the street because he wanted to be closer to the kids.
understood.
But he's really trying to get her back, and she's dating Pete Davidson of Saturday Night Live.
But
Now,
she
this is
also
the- this
came
is the
out
dude
hard.
that
though.
this is the dude that's with everyone, right?
Yeah.
He's got a big John or something.
What?
Wow.
That's what I heard.
I didn't know that.
seen
Lou.
it?
Damn.
No, I ain't seen. But I heard that he beats it up, as y'all say.
Oh my God, I never heard that, and she's the only real celebrity I've seen him date. So I don't
You
know.
know, he was with Ariana Grande.
They were talking
Oh,
about.
was he?
Yeah.
He's a
Miley.
young guy too.
Yeah, they were talking about all the all the
had-
women, all the
he's
celebrity
got a body
women.
count.
Yeah.
But she came out hard though, and she was like, "How can he profess his love for me when he lived with his model girlfriend,
Who?
Kanye?" So he kicked the girl out, and that's when he bought the house across the street.
You know what? That whole thing is.
Kim
just,
don't want him no more. She's
I'm like,
done with him.
yeah.
When a woman is fed up, there ain't nothing you could do about it, and that's where they are with that. Kanye's crazy. He's done a lot of crazy shit.
That's
That
rich people's
I'm
problem.
surprised she hung in there as long as she did.
That's true.
Okay, so here's a situation that was in social media this week, and I would like to get y'all's opinion. I think it was actually a pretty good story about a woman paying off her husband's student debt.
Yeah.
I don't.
was
It
nice.
didn't say how much the debt was. In fact, I have a video of another clip I want to play, but here, let me see. I got
That was good. I thought that was nice.
Okay, well, here's a clip of what happened.
Debt free.
Yeah, I want you walking around debt free.
Oh, now okay. I hate to ask this question.
What?
It's
Ask.
just so. What I don't even know. I'm not even gonna ask it.
Ask it.
Yeah.
She
'Cause
black?
Yes.
Okay, cool. That's
In
good.
fact, I have a picture of their family photo. Let me put that up.
No, I
You know they were
can't.
saying that. Though.
Oh wow, I can't get. What a beautiful family. The little boy looks like John Legend.
Wow. Maybe that's who helped pay it off.
Well, this is the thing. She was a stay-at-home mom while he went out and worked 2 jobs to support his family. She said, "Look, I want to be a stay-at-home mom." And he took care of her. He worked hard and got 2 jobs to take care of his family. So she became a social media influencer and saved money over the whole year to pay off his debt because he took care of them while she decided to be a stay-at-home mom.
So what kind of social influencer was she?
I don't know, but there's a lot of ways that you can make money, like
OnlyFans?
No, she was- no.
there's ways
you
that you can critique products and all of that kind of
now
thing.
that's
How
see,
you
that's-
know?
No, she didn't.
How you know?
Because look at that family. No, I'm so happy for them.
No, you still jealous because nobody paid off your student.
No, I didn't have. I went to Sonoma State. I only owed $17. But no, I mean that's how it. That's love. That's love.
Yeah, that is.
That's love. He was grinding for her while she stayed at home with the kids, which I'm sure that's why those kids are happy and confident. And then she did what she was supposed to do, and she paid it forward.
Yes.
She said, that's a way of, I think Code 3 would do something like that.
You really think so?
But would you?
Yeah, of course. Oh, it's a lot of people I've got on my list if I hit the lotto. I just haven't hit it.
Would you help me pay off my mortgage?
Yes. You set. It's certain people I always say, they're set. Now, I don't know about you to me, but to me to you, you're set. Everybody that's important in my life.
Why you think I wouldn't take care of you if I hit it big?
You make me clean up or something. You have a job for me.
No, I would just pay you just to stay the fuck away.
But no, I would buy POTUS a studio.
Really?
With the house right on top.
That's new to me.
No, it's certain people.
Right.
No, it's
That's
certain
new
people.
to me too.
It's certain people that I was like, yo, hey man, I would give you a briefcase of some cash so you wouldn't have to pay the government. I would do that.
Why? Because I'm under the table.
No, not everybody that I would know. I wouldn't want them to have to pay the taxes. So, well,
Would
good
you put
for them.
those clothes back in Robert's closet?
I never took that. That's just wrong.
So last year or earlier this year, actually, I don't know if I can pull this video up. It won't let me.
Our boy was supposed to call. I guess he didn't call.
Yeah, he's on, but he has to wait till I'm done doing my
Hilarious.
Wow.
You make him wait.
You got anything else to do?
Earlier this year, was the actress Tabitha Brown.
Yeah. Yes.
Kind of did the same thing.
For her husband.
For her husband.
LAPD.
You're right.
And Wendy Williams had something to say about it.
Right.
And so I think because of that incident, she blew up because I never heard of Tabitha Brown prior to that whole.
What show was she on?
She was on Shy. She was on the Shy.
She was on Shy, yeah.
And now she's doing a commercial for some health, some vitamins or something.
No, I feel that, that's a strong relationship.
No, good
And
for her.
if
Good for her. I like Tabitha.
Like,
Code 3 loves her. Code 3 really likes her.
It's like, yo, I'm going to take care of my man. And it's like, okay, I want him to, go out the house, stress-free and all that.
Yeah, my thing is the whole give and take thing.
Yeah, it ain't always got to be one-sided.
So our show is not big enough to keep somebody waiting.
Yeah, he could wait just a few more seconds. He's there. He's chilling. What time did you have him?
12.
Okay, he's there. He's chilling. No, he's looking at.
Who's getting upset now?
Well, too bad. How about that?
Do your thing, POTUS.
She was supposed to do this POTUS report early.
But you guys went way over on the interview with Dino, so I don't want to hear it.
Wow.
I stayed up late getting this shit together, so I'm gonna do it.
Wow. Man, nigga, take that. You ain't getting your debts paid off.
Right. And your guest is is sitting patiently laughing at us.
There goes. Okay, there goes her studio getting bought.
So I'm off the list now. Okay, one more story and then we'll get to the guest. Brooklyn Nets player Kyrie Irving.
Take your time, shit.
Okay, thank you, Jeff.
Shit.
Kyrie is back on
call
the court.
in next week. No offense to you, Dwayne, but shit.
All right, go ahead.
Brooklyn Nets Kyrie Irving is back on the basketball court. They finally let him. He still hasn't gotten the vaccine, but they're gonna let him play on road trips
in cities where he can't come to California. He can't play here.
And can't play in New York.
He can't play in New York. Mm-hmm. He can't play in Illinois.
Okay.
So, but he can play in Florida. He can play in Georgia.
Good for him.
So Texas. So.
Okay, I did have one more thing, and I told you I wanted to do this.
Take your time.
Sure. Hey.
Dwayne, if you're cool, give me a thumbs up.
Dwayne's a cool guy.
Okay, cool. Thank you. He gave me a thumbs up. He ain't tripping.
He's definitely calling his people.
Okay, so anyway, the top 10 things insecure people do on social media, according to Madam Noor. Overshare.
Overshare. Does that got to be number? Is that number one?
It's not in particular order, but overshare.
Okay, I'm with that. Yes.
Yeah.
Too much.
People put a little too much out there.
People fabricate.
Oh, all day.
All the time.
Especially comedians.
Yeah.
Especially comedians. We lie all the time.
How do you?
I had a great set. I'm on tour. I played this theater.
I just bought a Bentley.
It's people putting out their tour dates, and they're only doing like the Comedy Union.
Yeah.
That's on their tour date.
Are you hating, Lewis? You
Yes.
sound a little.
I'm writing for what you call it.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Selfie overload.
Definitely.
Yeah. Definitely under 30.
I've seen someone's Instagram and all 1,000 pictures with nothing but selfies.
Yeah.
And I think it's worse with a guy.
Especially when he's in the hospital. If you got IV.
Shout out to DJ Ron C.
Yeah, he does do it too much.
Who?
DJ Ron C.
He's a little too much.
Okay.
Over.
That's your DJ, right?
No.
No, he used to be Rollout's DJ.
Oh, okay.
Over publicizes their relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think once you put it out there, that's when it goes downhill.
Sabotage, yeah.
That's when it-
I've seen married couples, like people, they have put their wedding pictures up, and then maybe about a year later, they're rolling solo on Instagram.
Yeah. Female comedians.
Wow.
Go off about people not supporting them.
Yeah, that's my problem. Fuck, don't you help out with the show up at the Regency?
I'm doing
Quit
my best.
bullshitting.
All right.
Sell some fucking
Or they
tickets.
don't like your post,
Right.
and they follow you.
But you always
They
correct
never
people on
get
their
no likes.
posts. You do. That's what you do. And I want you to go on to the next topic because Lewis is sitting here just getting upset.
I know, but he's relaxed,
fine.
Lou.
He got his
I'm
arms
good.
crossed like
No,
like-
I'm good. If Dwayne is good, she says he's good.
Yeah,
we're
he's good. We
He's
got
good.
a
I
few
don't know.
more
I
to
have to
go, and then
reconsider.
we'll
We might
get
have
to
to move
Dwayne.
now.
Right, Jesus. He pouts like. Do you pout like that when Code 3 don't give you away?
No, she gives me my way.
Oh, but you got to. I wish you could be the fly on the wall when he calls me when we leave.
Oh, he complains about me?
Oh my God.
No, I don't. He's straight line.
Oh,
I do
wow.
not. I
You'd be
do
like,
not.
You got a
bitch,
lot
can't
of fucking
believe
I do
nerve.
not.
that she-
Now see, he's starting stuff. That's not. I did.
No, I believe you, Jeff.
I did that. I did that the first run. Now I don't do that now because we on probation.
My thing is this:
I do
if
not-
you got an issue,
No, he is
speak
straight.
on it.
He is straight line. If I had an issue, I would say something.
No, you wouldn't.
Why you starting stuff like that's not true?
Look who's sensitive now into their feelings.
Come on, man. All right, go ahead. Stop. I do not.
Never
poet.
mind. We're gonna
No,
bring in
no,
the guest
now, poet. No, I do not. I
Poet.
do not.
My thing is
Tell her
this:
to
straight.
I'm gonna say this, Lewis. As long as you've known me, you should never have a problem talking to me if you have an
Okay,
issue
now
with
you
me.
straighten it out and tell her I do not call you. I say good job. I do not talk about the show. You got her all
You
up.
should talk about the show if there's something.
No, but there's not. It's been
because
really
last
good.
time y'all niggas just took off and didn't talk to me.
No, that was Jeff.
Oh, now it's Jeff.
Yeah, since he's blaming me. Since he's blaming me. It was actually Dwayne Perkins who told us to leave the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's our Zoom guest.
You seen him on
Lewis
Conan.
has his panties in
No.
a fucking bunch.
No, I wear a jockstrap.
He got his nuts twisted and shit.
Hey, Comedy Central.
Loosen up your
slingshot.
jock
Yeah.
strap.
He was selected by Rolling Stone magazine as one of the 5 comics to watch. He has a special on that I love. I love his comedy on Netflix called Take Note.
Is this one of the lies on Twitter too?
No, this is the
Okay.
truth because he was voted in the top
messing
50
with him.
stand-up specials on Netflix.
Yeah.
I mean, you know him? I know. I love his work.
I met him once. I
Dwayne
think.
Perkins. Welcome. Hey, D. Thank you
Yo,
so much.
yo, what up?
What up?
What up?
What's up,
Thanks for
Dwayne?
having me, guys.
That's all right.
Yeah, I know Dwayne. What's up, man?
Sorry
I'm
about
chilling.
that.
I'm chilling. You wouldn't keep the other Dwayne Perkins waiting. No, I'm just,
Nah.
I'm just playing. It's all,
Okay.
it's all good.
Okay,
And
he-
I was enjoying it. It was actually quite informative. I think the another thing people do when they're insecure is they make a big announcement that they're leaving social media. Just leave.
Exactly, and that's one of the things on the
wanted to get
list,
to, yeah.
Dwayne. That's in fact, I wanted to bring you in on the list while we're doing the list. But yeah, that's one of the
But
things.
Lewis was getting upset.
Like you don't have to make an announcement that you're leaving; just leave.
Yeah, like only people that make announcements like that are like if you're like 8 and you're running away from home. You know what I mean? And you're like, I'm leaving, Mom. But everybody else, just go.
But here's the other one, Dwayne. Most people making a post about purging their friends list. I'm about to delete 300 people off my list.
It's like if you're getting this, you made the cut, and I'm supposed to like, I'm supposed to be excited and happy.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Some women on Facebook just did that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, comment. Yeah,
That's okay.
yeah.
All
That's
right.
the challenge that's going around now.
Okay, can we bring it back to me?
Oh, God.
Okay, no.
I'm leaving the show.
So, look, first of all, Dwayne, you were born in Brooklyn.
Indeed. Yes. That's
now,
right.
Now, this is interesting. Now, let's be full disclosure here, okay? This is the thing that happened. When I was invited to, I go on social media and I try to pull up people's stuff and make sure their bio's right? And I pull up and there's 2 Dwayne Perkins.
Right.
I'm like, that's not Dwayne. So then this guy is from your hometown, Chicago.
She black?
Yeah, he's black.
Okay.
Of course, if he wasn't black, I knew it wasn't Dwayne Perkins.
Okay.
So I called POTUS and I'm like, listen, boss. I said, boss lady, it's 2 Dwayne Perkins, but this one guy I don't think he's Dwayne Perkins because he's, the first joke I Googled their stuff and he said, hey, I'm gay and all this stuff. And I was like, I don't think Dwayne's gay. So I asked boss, I said, should I bring that up? She's like, no, it has nothing to do with it. You don't bring that up. That has nothing to do with it. I said, all right, I'm going to call Dwayne and ask him. And
Did you
Dwayne,
ask him?
I asked him if he came out. Dwayne said the only thing I came out was my mother.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right.
So then we started talking about the guy Dwayne Perkins as a comedian.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm going to go back to Dwayne and you can tell us about, this is a guy that you guys have the same name.
Yeah, he spells it slightly differently, but it's pronounced the same. He's from Chicago. I don't know him too well. I met him once at an audition, very very brief encounter, and I was I'm a bit older than him, so I've been in the game, and you would just think if he was first and I came out, I would alter the name a little bit.
Right.
So, and that's one of those things where I don't know if I could really blame him or his people, because there's some people that he works with when he first came out. They definitely knew about me, and I don't know if that helped him or what. I mean, I think at this point he's got his own thing going, but in the beginning it helps to have a familiar name when you're calling people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah, because your
So
name
do y'all spell Dwayne exactly the same?
No, Dwayne he spells it Dewayne. So it reads like Dwayne, but he pronounces it Dwayne, and I spell it Dwayne. So it's almost like
You guys
I guess kind of a blessing that he is gay, because that just makes it real. With different, because there's a Dwayne Kennedy, that's my homie, and I get confused on the strength of the first name. We get confused sometimes, and he's from Chicago, right. So. It's a lot. And I get people calling me, congratulating me on my Emmy nominations and all this craziness. And, it's no big deal, but you do get tired of correcting people all because
of a name.
This. And then his Twitter at some point said, Dwayne, Dewayne, quote, in quotes, not Dwayne, my name, Perkins. And I just feel like if you're doing all of that, then you should have,
right.
If it bothered you at any point, you should have rectified it from the top. But it's kind of like it's too late to really do anything super about it. So,
well, have you thought about branding your name?
And what? How do you mean? How so?
Yeah. What do you?
I mean, you can do that. MC Light just had her name just branded, because your name is your brand.
Right.
So if you go ahead and you can get your name licensed, then he can't use that name. He has to alter his name or the spelling.
His name is they don't spell it the same.
Okay.
Right, because see, I'm already in SAG, so I think that's how he got by with it. Because it's if you were to just do a computer search, they're different enough. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but yeah, I don't know him too well. We have some mutual friends, and
well, good luck to him.
We have him on next week.
No, we're not. We're not going to have him on.
Well, what's crazy is that my mom is a big Tabitha Brown fan. Like, I didn't know about her either, but my mom literally came to LA to go to Tabitha's new restaurant. So she really is a big fan. She gave me Tabitha Brown's book. Okay. And my mom, you know how moms are. You're like, my mom is like, you should work with Tabitha Brown. Like I'm just going. And she's been pushing that for a minute. And she's sending me links, and she go to the restaurant, talk to Tabitha, this, that, and the third. And they come to find out the other Dwayne Perkins has already been on the Tabitha Brown show.
Oh, wow. We got to do something about this
Yeah,
guy.
we got to talk to this guy.
Yeah,
Hey, I wanted to ask you, how did you get into comedy, D?
For me, I went. This is back in the day. I don't know if they still have it. Remember, they used to have the Black Business Expo.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
So back in the day, I kind of wanted to do it. This dude I went to college with, he did it one summer. He told me he did it, and I was like, "Say word!" And I was kind of wanted to do it. I had a job interview in Seattle for a summer job. That was with Microsoft. This is back in the day, and I said to myself, if I don't get that, I'm gonna start comedy. So like, I wrote my little 5 minutes, and then I was at the Black Business Expo, and the Uptown Comedy Club was there, just sort of selling tickets or what have you. And I went up to their booth, and I asked them some questions about how to get on. And they told me, they said, come through on a Wednesday for the workshop, and then come back on a Sunday for the New Jack segment. So yeah, that's how I started. Like I was at a Black Business Expo, like I think it was like a Sunday or Saturday.
Okay.
And then like 2 Sundays after that, I went on stage for the first time.
Now, how long have you been doing comedy now?
I lose track, but like about 25 years, I think, maybe.
Now that's interesting because I wouldn't have never thought, because you're so mainstream, so straight down the middle, which is to me is just pure funny. I don't read black room, white room. I just read funny. So you started off in the black rooms?
Yeah, my first like year, I started in Harlem. You know, I didn't know, you know, that's just where I went, and it was all good. And then how it switched over, to be honest, is I got a job in Boston. And then that's when I kind of like I was already myself. So my black room experience has always been, you know, a roller coaster. Like I do really well, I struggle, I do really well. So it was cool. And then when I moved to Boston, that's when I kind of started doing more mainstream rooms.
Okay.
Because when you because you say you're yourself, so where did that? It's kind of like you have a hybrid, like Dennis Miller type, intellectual but yet witty. It's kind of like this
Right.
a collection of just funniness in your brain. How is that? Has it always been that way, or did you decide to go that way?
A little bit of both. You know, when I first started comedy, you know, I'm from Brooklyn, projects, born and raised in a black neighborhood, but I always went from junior high school on, I was in school with white kids, or at least in a class with white kids. So that straddling has been happening for a minute. And when I started, I was kind of young looking. So even in the black crowds, believe it or not, the audience, they didn't accept dirty comedy from me. So it wasn't like I made that choice, you know, and I curse on stage sometimes. Usually by the time I do a special, I take the curse out, but
Right.
the audience told me who I was. Like I didn't tell them. Like I look kind of young, and anytime I tried to do like a dirty joke, they wasn't buying it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how long did it take you to get comfortable with yourself, realizing that you were different? I mean, you were Dwayne Perkins. How long did it take you to?
You know, not too long, because I think, you know, you guys, I think, know, and I tell people what makes a comic is really, it's that first time you bomb, and then do you come back, you know?
Right, true.
And once I was okay with taking my lumps but usually doing well, but also being able to take my lumps, then I was Gucci. And you know, it's still that way. Like I don't rethink life if I have a bad set. So
Yeah, because even when I watched your special, it's like it's perfectly named. Take note. It seems like you're just giving us notes and pieces of life, and you're so comfortable up there. Have you always been that comfortable? I don't see any agitation. That's the thing.
Yes and no, not always. You know, I think, you know, when you do a special, you get to stack the deck and do it a place where you're comfortable with people you're comfortable with. And so that way people watching are getting the best of you. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think if I'm doing well, I'm comfortable. And if I'm not comfortable, just that's when you know, it's like in sports. If you're not locked in, you know, if you feel any kind of way, if you don't have a clear mind, That's when you start shooting bricks. So that happens sometimes, but yeah, I don't know. I think Boston was great for me because there's some funny dudes in Boston, and Boston is the only place in the country where the white comedy is a little like black comedy.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is, you know how the black comics, the host is the man, right? The host is the dude.
Yeah.
And it's his show. And then you start doing mainstream rooms, and the host is like the person who just started doing comedy, which makes no sense that the first person the audience sees
Is the host.
is just some dude that literally just started.
Right.
Boston is different. Boston is like the model they have is more the black comedy model, where the host is his show. He's the man. He comes out blazing, and everybody else in between is kind of filler. So I think it was good to be in that situation where I had that little bit of leeway to develop my pen game, but also, you know, the audiences wanted to laugh. You know what I mean? I needed it's all about, a lot of it is how you develop, you know, like if as dope as Steph Curry is, maybe he had to go to Davidson because that's a place where he could flourish and become who he was going to be.
It sounds like you spent a lot of time in Boston because you got that Boston accent.
It's a mixture, but it's still a New York accent, but yeah.
So my thing is, tell me about your going back the 25 years that you've been doing this, your worst set you ever had.
Oh, you know, it's crazy. I'm glad you asked that, and I'm sure I would love to hear your stories as well. For me, it was not in Boston, but in a place called Worcester.
Oh yeah, Worcester, Massachusetts. Yeah.
Now,
right outside of Boston.
Was it a full house?
No, it was kind of half. And the thing is, you know, like when you go to New York, you see that word Worcester, and you want to say Worcester, but that's not how they say it. They say Worcester. That's more of a English way of pronouncing it. The problem is that the issue is that they didn't get me off stage. You see what I'm saying? Like, as bad as black comedy, like you can catch a brick in a black comedy club, right?
Right.
But it's a quick brick. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not working. They like, listen, this is not working out.
Yeah.
Let's just get the next dude. You're like, okay, that makes sense. I'm, you know, good night, everyone. It's a quick brick. But when you do a white room and they don't like you, it's just uncomfortable. And it's just, so that's, I say that's my worst set because it wasn't like 5 minutes. They didn't like me. I got off. It was 30 minutes.
Wow.
And I was like early in my career. I wasn't like 30 minutes wasn't like a walk in the park for me. It was 30 minutes of silence. And I was trying to be contractually fulfill my you know, obligation. So I did the whole 30. And you know, 30 minutes of something of people not feeling you. I don't care what it is. It's not nice.
Now,
it's much rather to get booed off in the first minute.
Right. Now, did you contemplate, like, I'm not going to do this again? Or was you eager to get right back on stage the next night? Because your ego shattered for a minute.
Yeah, absolutely. But I was kind of eager only because in my career, what I've noticed, and this could just be my eternal optimism, but what I've noticed is your comedy goes up, then it plateaus. Okay. And before it goes up again, you have to bomb.
Yeah.
And then you go up again. So it's like you go, boom, plateau, bomb, because that plateau is you getting comfortable. You think you know more than you know. Mm-hmm. You catch a brick.
Yep.
You take those learnings and then you go up. So you need that bomb to go to a new plateau. Anytime I've bombed, I've been like, okay, this might be a good sign. You know what I mean?
Well, you one of the rare comics today that can honestly admit that he bombed. A lot of comics won't admit that.
Well,
they won't.
Real comics will.
Yeah, a lot of comics.
If he's a comedian, he will.
Right.
Well, you know, it's weird. Franklin Ajay had a book, right? Mm-hmm. And he interviewed people. As a comic, it's a very useful book. Like he interviewed all the greats, Richard Jeni, you know, and Sinbad said he didn't bomb, right? And I thought maybe that's disingenuous, but if there is one comic in this whole world who never bombed, mm-hmm. I'm willing to believe it's Sinbad.
I'm with you. I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
I think every time I witness him, he had
he destroys.
Yeah.
I hear you making references to sports. You played sports?
Just a little bit in high school, but in terms of my life, I implement sports a lot, just because those sports are about really life lessons and metaphors. So yeah, like they really like everything's a sports metaphor with me.
You like basketball?
Love basketball.
Okay, so
Can you play?
Little something. Not, you know what I mean? Like I'm talking to a Chicagoan, I can't sell no wolf tickets on that. But I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from Coney Island.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm from where Stephon Marbury is from, Lance Stevenson, Sebastian Telfair. So we hoop, but
if you can beat Lewis, you got game.
Okay. Well, this is what I want to ask you. We had a thing. Sometimes when we talk to comedians, we try to place certain comics and match them up as to which basketball player they would be. We're
yes.
Bill Cosby is Bill Russell. Where would you say Eddie Murphy is who? Is he Michael Jordan? Is he
Eddie Murphy? Yeah, but because his stand-up career was short and just off the hook, you know what I'm saying? And he inspired a lot of people. He might not be Michael Jordan. He might be somebody who had a shorter career, but with ridiculous numbers. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like a D Rose type.
I don't think he was a Magic Johnson.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. Yeah, because Magic's career also was a little truncated.
Yeah, because Eddie came in and changed the game.
What about
Definitely.
What about Richard Pryor?
Richard Pryor, I think, taking the height out of it, he's Will Chamberlain.
Okay.
Because in a sense, he's not, because we acknowledge he's the greatest. Mm-hmm. But also, it's like he's the greatest, and he could have done even more, but he was still ahead of his time, and that's to me who Will Chamberlain is. Because that record, he could have made it. He could have made the scoring record where no one could have ever caught him if he wanted to.
Right. Now, what about Martin Lawrence?
Martin Lawrence, that's a really good one, because I think he low key doesn't get enough credit, because I think he's the template for Kevin Hart in a sense.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And I think that
who do you think he would be?
I would say maybe Isaiah.
Yeah. Isaiah Thomas?
Yeah,
Isaiah won 2 championships.
I would say I would say more like a Dominic Wilkins.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Flashy.
I can see that. But
I mean,
because of the flashiness, but he also
puts on the show or he could be. You don't have to go back that far. He could be the Vince Carter.
No, because he won championships.
Because he won. Martin was at the top of the. He was at the top of the mountain for a minute.
He starred in movies. That's championship. You got to win championships.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, what about Kevin Hart?
Kevin Hart, I would say, is the LeBron. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I think because he's dope, but at the same time, people who are a generation before him, they're not going to front on him, but they're never going to give him that. They're never going to give him the title.
Right.
But people of his generation are going to give him the title. You feel me?
Yeah.
I would go with Kevin as Kobe.
No. Yes. Kevin's not Kobe. Yes. Kevin's not Kobe. Who do you see Kobe? Who is Kobe? Who is your Kobe?
That's my opinion.
Okay, no, all right. I'm just saying. Who do you see as Kobe?
Ooh, it's I have to think about it. I mean, honestly,
Dave Chappelle.
That's the thing. For some reason, Dane Cook is coming to my mind. But if I was going to keep it in a because
Dane Cook could be a Larry Bird.
Yeah, I know, because he's white, but at the same time,
but
Dane is up.
But Larry played a black man's game, though.
That's true. And Dane has that
when
element.
you come down to, like my dad used to say, when you come down to it and you put up, now you can you throw Steph in that Curry? Who would you, your house, your car, and maybe your life on the line to take that last shot?
Well, if
back
it's
then
between,
would be like, yo, I'm going with Bird.
I'm going with Bird too. Bird is ice in his veins, and Bird played. Thing about Bird, and I'm loving that we're going back and forth. This is like a lot of fun that we're going back and forth from comedy and sports. These are like my 2 favorite things. But Bird was going to go to Indiana, right? Yep. Bird is so cold. He said, you know what? He didn't get along with Bob Knight or whatever.
Right.
He was like, I think he was just being a janitor. He was just a 6'9", 6'10" janitor somewhere. And he played with the black dudes during lunch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so there's a world where we don't know who Larry Bird is. Then he goes to Indiana State, takes them to the finals. They didn't make it to the NCAA tournament for another 20, 30 years.
Yep.
That's how dope he is. Like Michigan State, they stayed good. Indiana State had that one time.
That one moment with him.
And I think he definitely played a black man's game. He talked smack like a black dude. But then that could be a Gary Owen, you know what I mean? So it's tough. The Kobe thing, you know what? Maybe Mike Epps.
Oh, Mike Epps is Kobe?
Well, let's get to
because he's loved and he's dope. You know, he's beloved.
He's driven.
And
he's disciplined.
Forceful. Yeah. And Mike Epps is one of my favorite comics because I you know how comics we all get along and people don't know that we know each other. So there's different. Right. You know, when Cat Williams starts telling you that he hung out with the blue collar guys, people would never make that connection. You know,
right.
And I think Mike Epps is so dope because people sleep on how good of a writer he is. He's efficient. He gets to the joke super fast. And because he's so whenever you're really good at something, people forget the other things you're good at.
Right.
And so Mike Epps' personality, he's likable, but he writes super efficient jokes. And I love that.
Yeah, no, I think he's I was gonna ask, go ahead.
Well, let's cut to the chase. Who would you be?
That's a good one. I think about it a lot. Like I think about it in rap terms.
You can be modest. Go ahead, put yourself out
No.
there.
Well, in rap terms, I've always wanted to honestly, I've always wanted to be Jay-Z in a rap sense.
Okay.
Because prolific, really more about the pen, but a decent performer. See, I think we act like Jay-Z is this great performer. He grew into that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's really his pen game that
put him where he's at now.
That got yeah. And I think I'm a little bit like that way. I'm not like the worst. I'm a good performer, but I think people are really respond more to my pen. But I'm not a woeful performer. Like I do a good job. Now, am I Jay-Z? I don't know because then you got championships, right? So I might be more, Talib Kweli, right? But in terms of basketball.
But hold up, but the mystique about Jay-Z is that, he never writes. It just all comes from the top of the head.
Right. But I'm similar. Like I write on stage, you know what I mean? For the most part, like I write down some bullet points and then I just do it on stage and I listen to it. And I'm not Jay-Z, but I have a really good memory for words.
All right, come on, get to the bullshit. Let's see, who are you now? Come on.
Now, listen, I'm gonna merge this. Okay, I'm gonna give you two answers.
Okay.
One answer is probably I'm reaching, but this is my dude though. So I'm gonna say Bernard King. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I can go with that.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Bernard King. That's my dude from Brooklyn, and Bernard had these windows where he was unfuckwittable. You know what I'm saying? Even though he's not in the pantheon, but if you was there on a certain night, you was like, yo, that's the dude.
Yeah, he giving you 50.
Yeah, I've had those moments and like even in the black space, I've had those moments. When I first opened for SAD, it was at Harvard University. And I was too dumb to be scared. You know what I mean?
Right.
And maybe that it's Harvard, maybe it's a certain type, but it was a black crowd, standing O. You know what I mean? There's these moments that I've had. And so I'm gonna give you two New York guys. So that's my dude, and my other dude would be Mark Jackson. Just longevity, did it to death, know the game really well, and is a little slept on, but has had a hell of a career. So between those two dudes, and I think that's super honest.
Yeah, I can give you that.
Yeah. I'm gonna put out who I think you are, and
okay,
this is based off your special and seeing you work. I'd say Kyrie Irving.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not as difficult, quote unquote.
Yeah, no, not outside of the being weird and difficult, but just pure on floor game.
Yeah, and Kyrie, I like that he's so cerebral. Like, I'm not even mad at him. You just think sometimes it's like, you're not wrong, Kyrie. You're not wrong, but you ain't got no wins. So if you ain't got no wins, like what's the point, kind of? But I rock with him though. I think he's he's got a thing to him that's authentic.
Yeah, your handle game. I just think as far as your microphone, the way he handles the ball, the way he just hit that big shot.
I got two of them.
Who?
For him.
Who?
They old school though.
Who?
One is from Seattle.
Ooh.
Gary Payton?
No.
DJ
No.
Dennis Johnson?
No. Downtown Freddie Brown.
Oh, that's my dude. I'm feeling that.
You give it to him long, you drop it on him. And the other one is Vinny Microwave Johnson.
I feel that.
Because you come in and you just give him that instant right off.
I feel that. I love it. I love it. When I was a kid growing up, it's weird. I guess my face, depending on how I wear my hair, I used to get, back in the day, Scottie Pippen, people because of the nose.
Oh, what?
I used to get that all the time. And I was skinnier. I had the flat top. Then I used to get Rodman, which I didn't love that one. I'm talking about just in terms of people who they said I looked like. I wasn't feeling the Rodman thing. But I used to get.
You said you opened up for Cedric?
Back in the day. Yeah.
Cedric the Entertainer?
Yes,
cool.
yes.
So you ain't gonna come out with a book like Scotty and be like, damn, fuck that. I should have been open. He should
No. Said is the man. It's just a few shows. It wasn't nothing crazy. And and even in even that, like I had some great sets and I had some sets where I struggled. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's interesting. Like you said, comics wouldn't admit if they bombed or whatever.
No, a lot of them won't.
For me, it's like there's receipts, so I don't ain't no future in front end. You know what I mean?
Right.
For me, it was always a badge of honor because it's like, okay, I felt that's something that I got good at.
Well,
it made me better.
I wouldn't. I'm not going to.
See, there you go. See, there you go.
No, I'm saying.
Now, are you in LA or are you in New York?
I'm in LA. Yes.
Okay, so now I'm gonna extend the open invitation to you because he won't. Every Thursday night at the Regency West, starting January 6th, would love to have you come grace the stage anytime you want to.
I'll come check it. Where is that exactly? Like
the Regency West, 3339 West 43rd Street.
It's in Lemert Park.
Lemert Park.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up. There's this restaurant over there on Crenshaw. It's a mixture of New Orleans and New York food. I mess with.
Okay.
I think it's called Orleans or something like that. So yeah, I'm familiar, and I'll come through for sure. What time?
8. The doors open at 7:30. Showtime is at 8:30.
But
that's what's up.
I have a few questions we like to ask before we let you go. And again, thank you for doing this. Can you things you do well, things you don't do well? He doesn't like this segment. I like it.
Let me ask the kissing question.
Yeah, he's dying to get to that one.
Jeez.
All right, it's okay. All right.
He's dying to get to that one.
Yeah, no, it's a question. Do your girl? They'll ask that one. Can you spell?
Can I spell? Yeah, I can.
Okay. Can you cook?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I can make salmon croquettes. I can scramble some eggs, but that's about it. That's my whole repertoire right there.
That's a good breakfast.
Yeah, salmon croquettes. Do you golf?
Yeah. Do I golf? Nah. I went to the range a few times, and I did a little quick analysis on how long it was going to take to get good, and I just was like, nah, I already got something that's arduous. I got stand up. I didn't need something else. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Can you climb a tree or climb a fence well?
Yeah, because I got pretty good upper body strength. Like I hit you with the 20 pull-ups, no problem.
Well,
you know what I mean?
You from New York? Can you what is it called, the fire escapes? Going up the fire escapes?
Oh yeah.
Projects and all that.
A little something, but I grew up in apartment buildings more than those type of buildings, like big, massive. Just looking out of the window, like those type of buildings. You know what I mean? Yeah.
How about can you drive?
Yeah, I can drive. I can. I mean, I don't want to. I shouldn't say this because it's not cool. But I can drive. I drive stick, not currently, but I can. And I'm so sick with it. And this is not. I'm not saying this is good, but I once drove a stick shift while on the phone and eating a salad. I don't recommend it, but just to give you an idea of
one of the Fast and Furious ass
yeah,
motherfuckers.
okay,
go ahead. All right, shit.
Can you play an instrument?
I dabble with guitar, but it's not something I would play in front of people. I play just enough to impress a girl who knows very little about music.
Okay, fair enough. How are you in technology?
I'm okay. You know, it's weird. Is I went to school for that. I'm computer science degree, but technology doesn't love me. And I know that's a weird way to put it, but like I always have something go wrong, and I'm usually able to fix it, but then it's an hour of my life gone. You know.
Got it.
Right.
Can you swim?
I can make it from one end of a pool to another, but I wouldn't do no ocean cut type thing.
All right. Go ahead, Poetess. You can ask that question.
Oh my God! Believe it or not, Lewis asked other guys this question.
This is a question.
Are
he thought
you
of.
a good kisser?
No, I say, do girls like she helped me? Okay, do girls think you're a good kisser?
He wants to know.
I would say yes, but you know, it's one of them type things where, again, it's like comedy where I've had, you know, when you break up with a girl, that's when a lot of it comes out. You know what I mean?
You can't kiss.
So I've had some exit interviews that didn't go so well, and but it left me with a little indelible. I need to step up my game. So yeah, like I think I'm a good kisser, but I think half the battle is before we even kiss. You know, it's not too sloppy with it. I'm not too sloppy with it. Also, I hit you with the goatee. You know what I mean? Okay. Pause, whatever. But I frame up the lips real nice, and you know, ladies seem to like it.
Now, do you go in and like if you can?
No, oh wait a
like,
minute! Now you
her,
can't ask him if he go in.
No, but when you go in and you smell her breath, you be like, "Oh shit, let me pull it back."
Oh my God!
Yeah, sometimes you do. She be like,
No, you can't. No.
Yeah, you can. But that's where it helps to not make it too crazy. Just keep it more suggestive. You know what I mean? Like a peck. You got to peck it out, and then you gauge the terrain, and then you can open the mouth a little more. But if not, just keep it right at the peck level. It's all good.
No, I take note. No, okay. I want to ask you, what is?
Go home and try that on code 3.
No, what is something you wish you had experienced or wish you had not experienced in your life?
This show.
Nah. Something I wish that I had experienced. I would say this. I wish that I've traveled the world. You know what I mean? But comedy has anchored me. It anchored me to LA, anchored me to Boston, anchored me to New York. So I kind of wish I would have lived overseas, you know, for like 6 months to 2 or 3 years, somewhere around there, maybe taught English, something like that. I go overseas for like a month here, a month there, but I wish I lived overseas.
Any particular place?
So many places, you know, so many. Like I would say, in no particular order, certain parts of Asia, mainly like Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand area, certain parts of Europe that I think are kind of dope, like Scandinavia, maybe I'll throw in the Netherlands, and then maybe South Africa as well. I've never been to Ghana, but I kind of want to go there. So yeah, I think it would have been dope to live overseas. I think that's the thing where I love comedy, but I when I'm talking to people, it doesn't come from a bitter place, but I want to be like, I don't like nowadays people like to sell people on a dream, sell people on like, go after your dream, this, that, and the third. I believe in all of that, but I'm going to tell you what you may give up, what's going to be hard to maintain. So that way you go in eyes wide open. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Now, what about that you had not experienced? Something you wish you had not experienced.
Well, that's what I didn't experience living overseas.
Okay.
And something that I have experienced that I wish I hadn't. I mean, there's many decisions I would switch up. And I guess they made me who I am. I mean, I don't want to get too heavy with it, but I guess I wish that my father was still here.
Okay.
Yeah, because we were cool, but I think we would have been really solid as 2 adult men. And I think I lost them just as I became a man.
How old were you when you lost him?
19.
Okay. Okay, you travel a lot. So here's the scenario. You're at the airport and you realize that you left 2 items at home that are important enough for you to go, and you might even, it's a strong possibility you will miss your flight. What are those 2 items? That you gotta go get.
It's only one. It's passport.
Okay.
Everything else, if I got some loot, I'm good. I can get it when I get there.
Okay.
And I've actually left my passport. Had to send someone back home, and it's crazy because one time this girl dropped me off, and I had to send her back to my crib to get the passport. And
you're looking through shit.
She was about to really give it to me. She was gonna go in, and I just like I was like, listen. Not now. I didn't forget the P's. You know what I mean? Like, this is something I didn't do on purpose.
Right.
I just need you to go get the passport. I don't need that. I don't need all of that other. Just go get it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You mean, she's going to ride you about not remembering it, about forgetting it?
Well, it's one of those things where it was just her own stress level bubbling up, right?
Got it.
So I'm like, listen, I'm not stressed. I don't need you to be stressed. I just need you to go get it.
Right.
If I miss the flight, that's whatever. But obviously, I didn't do it on purpose. So you know how sometimes you make a mistake and you have a friend might be like, why did you do this? You got to be more careful. Okay. But that right now, that doesn't help me. I just need you to go get it.
Right.
I've gotten that call from you.
Yeah. Have you you have plans for New Year's?
Yeah, if the shows go on, I have 2 shows tonight at the Ventura Harbor Comedy Club.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. Like I had this thing in San Fran on the other side of the Golden Gate Bridge. I did it a few years back, and it was like got canceled because they wasn't sure of the numbers, COVID and all of that. So
Okay.
I'm just staying local. Should be fun.
Well, hey, good luck, man. Thank you so much, D, for taking time. Dwayne Perkins, the real one.
Oh,
and
thank you,
us-
man. Good seeing both of y'all. I love the track. Your track suit game has always been really strong, my friend.
There you go.
Like on,
There you
yeah.
go. As it should be. But remember
Yeah.
that, man. Starting January 6th, every Thursday.
Every Thursday, I got it locked in, and I'm gonna come through.
Whenever you come through, man.
Definitely.
We'll put you right up whenever you're ready to go up.
All right, I appreciate you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
unlike when you zoom in here, we'll put you up.
Right now, it's all good. It's all good. And shout out to the girl. I don't see her
this
here.
is our
but-
boss. This is our poetess.
She's not a girl. She's a
Oh,
full-blown
poetess. Yeah.
woman.
Yeah,
I think I know her. But shout out to her and thank you for having me.
Thank you, Dwayne.
Thank you.
Yes.
Take care.
Peace.
What a nice guy.
Yeah, you were so impatient.
No, I like the way that poetess brought him in and did.
No, you don't.
That's real, but that's how we do it here.
I'm a 3-way you on the phone. with
Yeah,
her,
tell me, cause
No, don't
that's
you?
the
Don't
worst
he's
shit is
just
when
try-
people talk behind your
Okay,
back.
first of all, you don't believe me when I tell you he's BSing you.
No, I don't.
So that hurts my feelings too because I would tell you, I would be
no, you
honest.
wouldn't.
No, I would be
Louis?
honest that first of all, so there's no credibility. So you need to fix that now and tell her the truth.
Fix what?
The truth, because evidently she's not believing this. I
I'm a
understand.
man
I understand we're doing it for radio and it was funny and you got it, but you need to be honest with her and tell her that I do not talk. I have not criticized the show because evidently it's something that's bothering her, and that's unfair for you to allow that to bother her when you know it's not true.
But, okay, this is the reason that I
What
think
part is
it's
not
not true is because apparently y'all had issues with me before and didn't talk to me. You just left. So now I'm thinking, yeah, that could make sense because
No, but
that's
I'm
what
telling-
happened
but I'm-
last time.
But I'm telling you, I explained you had a long conversation with you about last time, and I'm telling you now that if I had issues, I would tell you. And I'm telling you now, as a grown old man, that it's not true. So what he was doing was trying to get laughs, and I think you need to.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah.
Oh, now you crediting me for getting loud?
No, I'm okay with you,
wow.
lad. But the bottom line is that she's upset or feels that could be true when you know it's not true. That's what I'm upset about. I'm upset because you're
Are you
getting her
upset
upset.
now?
Yeah, because you have her upset thinking, and I think you need to correct that's not true. I'm good with any comedy and all that, but you know that's not true. Just like you asked me to do certain things on this show so you can come back and not to do. So I'm telling you, don't do that because I've respected you enough not to do what you asked me not to do. So I'm asking you to tell the truth. That's what I'm saying.
Man, I just love to see you squirm like that.
Motherfucker, see, I just cussed. I just cussed. I just
Wow.
cussed, and I don't cuss. I just cussed. Yes, because
I don't think I've ever heard you say the MF word.
that's why I'm telling you that that's not true. So will you go ahead, mother?
It's all good.
Continue
No,
to next week.
no, it's not. We have 1 minute.
Oh.
Dan and Green is on speed dial.
Yeah, well, that they asked about Dannon in the room. They said, is he still on or did he drown?
No. All right, listen.
No, he has. No, honestly, I was just fucking with him to see him sweat. He hasn't said anything. And the reason why I didn't come back, it wasn't nothing personal against you. It wasn't. It was just told that we moving over to another station. And I was just like, okay. And I just got busy doing other shit and all that. So it was nothing personal towards you.
I just think too that if I was a guy, that y'all would have not handled the situation the way you did.
Yeah,
I really think if I was a guy, because y'all be, we getting real here, y'all be falling out with each other all the time, but then it's all love. But when it came to me, y'all just went in hard on me, the hardest. Like, so I feel if I was a guy, y'all would have not left out of here like y'all did last time.
I totally agree with you. Now, Code 3 just sent me a text.
What she say?
Please end on a good note.
We're not mad. We're just getting some, because it's not like the fans don't know what's going on. They know what's going on. All right, so
they follow us. Hey, Code 3.
And it was good to hear Lewis curse. Now y'all motherfuckers know what I have to listen to when he called.
Listen, I want to say, I was going to end on, even though she sent me that, I was going to end on that. I was going to say that I'm glad we're back in this space, and I feel really good. I'm still trying to figure out. No, I'm really glad that, because Jeff, you're absolutely right. Jeff and I have had ups and downs through our whole 30-year existence.
Yeah.
And people have said, hey, you need to get back together. And I felt you feel a void when you're not. So if anybody out there is going through something with someone that they truly care about, pick up the phone, send them a text, tell them you love them, squash it, go into the new year, just being better. Let's all be better.
It's like I just watched Chris Webber on All That Smoke with Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson. And he finally was able to speak his truth with the Fab Five Michigan and Jalen Rose.
Right.
And like he said, the one thing I'm not going to do is be like my brother. I'm going to be opposite. It's like, I love my brother. He will always be my brother. But I'm learning to love him from arm's distance now.
So who? Love who?
Jalen.
Yeah, well, Jalen.
He's like, I can't, we'll always be brothers. He said, but I'm learning to love him from afar now.
Well, like I said, we all gotta get better at being better. And I'm excited.
Happy New Year, Code 3. Thanks for listening. Appreciate it.
Yeah, that's
Happy New Year, Code 3.
That's my.
And happy New Year to all the people that have hung in there with all of us.
Yes.
Individually and together.
2022 is going to be a great year for us.
Yes. So God bless everybody, and we'll see you guys here.
Can we do an over and under who won't be here?
No, don't. LOVE Code 3.
Oh, wow. Okay. Peace out.
All right, y'all. Peace.